Hello, welcome friends to another episode of Quotables. I'm joined with my co-host Ernie. Say hello.
Hello, how you guys doing?
Yes, sir. Um, Today we are doing Return of the Jedi, the final of our Star Wars tr- um, little saga here.
Yeah,
Next week we're going to be doing
Willy Wonka, I believe. Yeah,
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Not to get confused with the shitty Johnny Depp version. We're going to do the original. Well, actually, I still kind of like the Johnny.
I was
Depp
gonna say I
version,
like the Johnny Factory too.
But the OG, one of my faves. I'm really glad it's my fave. It's one of my faves.
Yeah.
Anyway, we changed our Twitter name to Quotables Cast. Just rolls off the tongue a little better.
Yeah, definitely.
In case you guys are trying to reach us and book us for shows. But
if you guys want some sponsors, let us know.
We'll do a little sponsor, whatever it is. We're there.
What's those diarrhea pens?
Yes. That's fucking, all right. Anyway.
Good.
So yeah, we're doing Return of the Jedi. This is a really fun movie. I actually really enjoyed it. It's been a while since I've seen it.
Yeah.
And I liked it a lot. So if there's anything else, Ernie, we can just jump right into it.
No, yeah. I mean, the only thing I wanted to say was I felt the same way. I had a kind of fun watching it. I mean, I've already watched it so many times, but watching it again, I was like, damn, it's so whimsical. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's so
it was cuter.
Yeah, right.
More cute.
It felt like this one was more lighthearted than the other ones.
Yeah.
But the ending, does get a little bit more darker.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Like lighthearted in the sense, spoilers if you haven't figured that out.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Yes. Because they actually win, in this one,
Yeah.
like it's a happy ending, so that's why I think it's a little more cheerful.
Yeah, definitely.
So, got anything else for us?
No, we're good, dude.
Alrighty, let's just jump right in to the final opening credits we'll be seeing for a while. The ones you skip that I read.
Yeah.
So it tells you about Luke trying to go find and save Solo. Empire working on a new weapon that is said to be more powerful than the Death Star, and hopefully they don't add a self-destruct button this time. The first shot is the Death Star, and it's half scarred. It looks pretty cool, but see, what I was confused because in New Hope it blew to bits, right?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it looks like it did.
Right,
and then all of a sudden it's half of it only.
It's half of it. So did they just start building it now from scratch again, or they just left it scarred like that? Right.
I mean, honestly, in my mind, the way it worked, I thought that it blew up, and then all the little fragments of it, in space, they just kind of put them together and they made the half of it.
They just collected it that way.
I'm like,
because that thing's been getting built since what's it called, Revenge of the Sith, which is 20 years. So there's no way they built another one that fast.
And then how long into from Empire to Return is this years gap, right?
Probably
Han has been in prison for a year or something. Okay,
something like maybe not.
I feel like it's more.
Kind of picks up. I feel like it's a little less, to be honest.
Yeah, because it takes a while. I think Luke is training the whole time, and then that's when we get to him. But
I'll get to that part because I have something on that too.
Go ahead, yeah, definitely.
So let's continue. So we have Vader. He's arriving to the newly constructed Death Star. You see the commander. He's all nervous. It's greets Vader to his surprise. He's like, "You may dispense with the pleasantries, Commander. I'm here to put you back on schedule."
Yeah, and then the freaking commander's ass cheeks are all clenched.
He's all fucking scared. He's I assure you, my lord, my men are working as fast as they can. He's all, perhaps I can find new ways to motivate them.
Yeah.
And then he keeps talking. Then he says the Emperor does not share your optimistic appraisal of the situation. Wow. He's like, the Emperor is coming here. The
Emperor's coming,
because he's like,
I'll give him double time. What is he?
And he's like, the Emperor is not as forgiving as I am. Yeah. Come on, that fucker killed all those guys last time. Three of them, those guys are messed up. But
what about those dudes with the sweet ass helmets?
Oh, I know those.
A little mushroom tips.
Those are fucking alien, huh?
Yeah.
So now, we see that. And then we cut to Tatooine, where we're greeted by 3PO and R2, right where we left them. They tell the audience, that a little bit of the rundown of what's going on. About Chewie and Lando, how they never returned. They don't know where they're at. 3PO tells R2 that Jabba is crazy and that he will probably short circuit or something when he sees him.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
Did you ever notice that C-3PO is wearing a crop top?
No, is he?
Yeah, because you think about it, his gold is up to his stomach, and then the rest is still his wires.
Oh my god!
So he's wearing a crowded. I just thought that was funny.
I didn't catch it. I don't have to look at that.
You gotta look that again.
So they go up to that big door, and 3PO he barely taps on the door, and then immediately just goes, "All right, no one's here." He's like, "Let's go back to Luke." And then that sweet little eye comes out.
Yeah.
But I wrote down some of the things it said. It's a "Hey, tuta mishka." No, I think this is. This is 3PO saying, he's like, "Ay, tuta mishka jobadut."
Yeah.
And then the thing's like, Kiki wonky meat because.
Oh my god! How did you remember that? Oh
Well,
my
I
god.
wrote it. I wrote it
But
down.
you wrote it so sweet, so
That's the way I
phonetically.
remember it.
Yeah.
That's how it sees. That's how it looks to me. I'll show you. But
Okay.
fucking, it's funny. And then like, so they're open. Doors open. The little
Yeah.
pig warriors are. You greet them.
Yeah.
And then they're greeted that weird like slug like looking guy. That's Jabba's like sidekick.
Oh yeah, dude, with the crazy ass
fucking
pink eyes and
Yeah,
shit.
he goes, they wonga. And then 3PO's
And
like,
then, like he like rubs on like his R2's kind of like if it was his cheek.
and he goes, and then 3PO's
I
like,
remember that.
do you wanna why go? He's like, die Jabba wonga. He's like, and then he goes, me Jabba no Barta. And I'm like,
Yeah.
and then 3PO's like, I don't have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah.
It's funny, like it's like this is just gibberish, right?
Yeah, it just it doesn't
it's
make
Huttese,
any
though. It's
sense.
the
Yeah,
Huttese.
it's the Huttese. And it's funny that you said that because I forgot that when like the previous podcast you had said Huttese.
Yeah, we mentioned it,
and
right?
now I knew about it, so I was like, oh, it's fucking
No, it just came
Huttese.
out.
Yeah,
It's
so
like
it came
using
back.
that same language. And then enter Java. You know, he's getting a little hay. He's like
Yeah.
smoking that thing. And he's
Yeah, a
like,
little hookah or
he's
whatever.
like, oh, Shuda.
And then
I
like,
love-
go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I just love how Java is just like he's a puppet.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know, he's like a big old puppet thing. What were you saying? Good.
No, I was gonna say like in that scene, they're bringing him in. They bring C-3PO, R2,
Yeah.
and they're like walking down, and there's like this random ass dog looking thing,
Oh yeah.
and
yeah.
then like there's stairs. So 3PO goes down the stairs. It kind of shows you.
Oh
How the
yeah.
hell did R2 get down those stairs?
He
Dude?
fucking hovered. He's like,
He finally used his jetpack
And then
again.
he's
He's like,
just
yeah.
hopping down.
It's just so weird.
R2 displays the message from Luke, and then we get a quick look at salacious
Salacious
crumb,
crumb,
salacious
yeah,
crumb, right? And I think it's a fan fave for sure. Oh, and I
fucking
had the little
loves-
toy. Remember?
Yeah, I
Remember
did,
that you
yeah.
gave that to me. I should have brought him, used him as a
Yeah.
prop. And he's like,
I thought you were gonna bring your Yoda backpack. You did.
I know, I fucking forgot. But anyway, I'll have to bring it for good spirits next time.
Yeah.
So yeah, the message is showing that Luke wants to work out a deal to free Solo. He gives out Jabba R2, and 3PO starts tripping out about it. And then you hear the little salacious. It's just like a little quick laugh.
I'm so glad you did the laugh. I was waiting for it.
I love that little laugh.
That's just fucking sweet. You
does it quite
actually
a bit.
that's a quote that you use a lot.
Oh yeah.
You always do that shit.
Even
see?
if it's
Oh,
not.
quotables.
See, quotes don't have to be words. They can be sounds.
We're gonna have to change the podcast name.
Oh shit.
So they're going through like at this point they're kind of going through like the prison, right?
Right before like he shows Jabba, he's like, I love my decoration of
Yeah.
Solo, and it
that's
just
right.
shows Solo. It's kind of weird.
That's fucking crazy. Yeah.
But yeah, that's when they're being brought down, right?
Does he show him the message of Luke at that point?
Yeah,
right?
but remember, I think it just starts messing up, but he like denies it, right? He's like, no.
Oh, yeah,
he doesn't
yeah.
want to do it.
Mhm.
Um,
And yeah, they're going through that prison and like all the little things are pulling their arm.
all the
And then
droids.
then that like the tentacle one grabs the C-3PO and he's like, "Ah!"
Oh, yeah.
And then the freaking pig slaps it. He's like, "Ah!" I always like that shit. I don't know why.
And then fucking yeah, it's funny. It shows that one flipping. It's like, like it's getting its feet burnt.
Yeah,
I'm
it's so
How does
weird.
it feel that?
Yeah, how does it
makes
feel
sense.
that?
That
It does
doesn't
not
make
make sense. And then like he goes, that was I'm glad you came in now, or like the robot like freaking voice, and he
Oh,
goes,
yeah.
I'm glad we got a new
Protocol droid.
And he's like, the last one he got rid of or something.
Yeah, he
and
was disappointed.
And that's
in
what
it.
he's like,
Yeah, it's-
yeah.
Just gets fucking
Getting
torn.
pulled
It's fucking
and
sad.
Yeah,
It's depressing.
that's fucking
Um,
crazy.
And then 3PO's taken away. And when he gets taken away to his like area, he bumps into. So remember that droid I asked in A New Hope? That
Oh,
weird
yeah,
looking
yeah,
one?
it was right
It's
there.
right there. It's all
Yeah.
torn up. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, that's got to be something. Like,
That's
that's
gotta
got to
be,
be some kind of
yeah.
Easter egg. I'll have to look into it.
That's
And then
funny you
R2
said
is
that. I
taken
did
to the
think-
sail barge, whatever that means, but we find out what it is later. And then we go back to Java's main chamber, getting down. Got the little turtle alien on the harmonicas, and then our song comes
Hell
on.
yeah,
our
dude,
favorite
this is
song.
our
Sing
favorite
it,
song.
Ernst. I want to hear it.
I can't do it. And then and then that dude with the deep ass.
Oh, yeah. Oh, really? He gets
Yeah.
down, but
Yeah.
they're like, I can't deal with the chew.
Look at I'm dancing right there.
But it's like, that's a fucking
I wish
sweet
we could
song.
use music in the podcast and not
Yeah.
get sued, but no.
I don't know.
Great song.
No,
No, I'm just saying I wish we could. I know we can't.
should fucking,
But
that's a
freaking
sweet song.
the like there's like the green lady that's dancing.
Yeah,
and
'cause she's like
then
a
there's
slave.
like and then there's like a chubby ass lady.
yeah.
She's just there.
Java's main squeeze.
Yeah, dude.
And And then it shows Boba. He's the only one not dancing.
Yeah.
But then he's saying, and later you see him saying bye to some ladies. Like,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
damn, this is fucking hunk, bro.
Fire.
But that girl slave, you're talking about the slave on the chain. She starts trying to break away from Jabba, and then
I think she's trying to pull him in to like have sex or something, right?
No, I think she's trying to like escape. She's trying to escape.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
I always thought he was like,
damn, he's just like, come here.
Yeah, and I thought he was bringing her in, and his tongue was going.
No, I think
because he does that to Leia at one point.
Oh yeah, I think he does do that then. But yeah, she's like trying to get away, and then like he's like, ooh, and then he like drops her down on the Rancor pit.
And then someone goes, uh-oh.
But they don't really show the Rancor at that point. They show him later. Yeah, but I'm glad. Yeah, then once again, I was talking about how that Jabba's like the puppet instead of like that CGI we saw him in New Hope that they really added. Like they
it was so fucking
dumb.
weird.
And then we got cut to a bounty hunter entering with a prisoner, Chewbacca.
Yeah.
3PO translates that Jabba wants the Wookiee for 25,000, but bounty hunter wants no less than 50,000. Jabba's displeased and he pushes 3PO. He's because for no reason he just fucking drops his head.
I think that's Leia's. We even later on figure out that that's Leia, but she's impersonating a bounty hunter named Bosch. That's the actual. Yeah, it's like an
Bosch
actual. Yeah, Bosch Nosh. No, but yeah, that's Bosch. But I guess they killed him or whatever. But he's like a really kind of like famous bounty hunter and shit. That's why, like at one point, like I think. If you notice, like, what's his name? Oh my God, not the Mandalorian. Gosh darn it, Boba Fett. Mm-hmm. He looks at him and then he like nods at him because he knows that's.
Oh, like, knows that is.
They know.
I wonder because remember in Empire Strikes Back when they're Han is talking about his love and stuff. Like, a lady's all you admitted my love when we had that trouble with that bounty hunter on whatever. Maybe that was a bounty hunter.
Oh, maybe that was the one. Huh?
I don't know.
Oh shit, that makes sense, dude. Holy cow! Wow.
Anyway.
All
connects. Yes, sir.
Listen to the last podcast.
Jabba laughs at bounty hunter's intention of blowing, and then but then like the bounty hunter is like, I'm gonna blow everyone up, and he's all. I like that they translate Jabba's actual language instead of everyone else's. They leave us in the dark, like for our imagination. But some of them you can kind of piece together what they're saying.
Yeah.
But he's like, He's like, this bounty hunter is my kind of scum, fearless and inventive. But in his ways, some shit like that. He's like, Bounty hunter agrees to new offer, and the party starts back up with some sweet tunes all quick. The
other one's a sweet ass song too.
They're all just fucking dope. And then we are showing that Lando is disguised as one of Jabba's men. He has like that weird helmet with like bones on it.
Bones on his mouth.
Yeah. Do we sense a plan in place? I think so. And then, it shows the mysterious bounty hunter, which is Bosch Nosh, fucking Leia, walking towards. It's funny because all the aliens are just fucking on the floor sleeping. Out, they got fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
One's leaving with the singer on.
Yeah, dude, I thought they all got like drugged up somehow, but I'm like, I think they're just fucked up.
Yeah,
they're like just gone.
Well, that's probably what they do.
Because
they do all day, just fucking party, dude.
Yeah. And they're just like, all you hear is like snoring. It's kind of weird,
yeah. Begins to unfreeze Han, and this bounty hunter is no other than Leia. She's like, just relax for a moment, but she has like that sweet hunter voice. Like, relax for a moment. And then it's like revealed that Jabba all along was fucking watching, and it's funny because Han the whole time can't see. He's like looking around all crazy.
He's like, who are you? And he's like, someone you love.
Oh yeah, someone
who loves you.
Someone who loves you, Leia. And he goes, fucking Jabba goes, but now you're Banta fooder. And then Crumb's like,
yeah, throughout the fucking movie, like you see Salacious Crumb, the little creature, just
give him like a little, he does like a little scrunched up face. He looks like a Muppet. They're all Muppets. Huh?
You know what we didn't talk about before, because how like they're having that disagreement with Bosch or Princess Leia.
Yeah.
She pulls out the thermal grenade and shit, and then like you see Salacious Crumb, he jumps back.
Oh, he gets a little freaked out. He's like,
I guess shit, dude.
So then Han's taken away. Huh?
Yeah, no, I just remember that because at that point, before fucking he finds out, she's telling him the plan, and she goes like, he's like, yeah, Luke has a plan. He's trying to set you free or whatever, right? Luke. And then Luke, and he's like, yeah, he's a Jedi Knight now. And then he says, I'm out. And then Han says, I'm out of it for a while, and everyone gets delusions of grandeur.
That's right.
He doesn't believe in him.
Yeah, he's all, Luke can barely take care of himself. Like some stupid shit.
Fucking funny, dude.
And then Jabba, flashes his little tongue at Leia. Then another Crumb goes, Chewie and Han, they meet in their prison cell. And I love how I love that Han is just talking to him like, "What's going on?" And she was like, but like no subtitles. She's like, "Yeah, Luke, he's all Jedi," you know. So I was like, he's just like, "What the fuck?" And then, yeah, but then Han's in disbelief about it that he's coming because he's like, "Oh, what?" He's like, "I don't believe it."
Yeah.
But he's just like screaming at him. But they have like a little cute, and they have like a cute little hug too, like with each other.
Yeah.
Happy to have his little friend back.
He's like, "I can't see, buddy."
He's like, "I can't see," and he's like, and then we get Luke entering the base, and he fucking sweet just chokes out those two guards. Remember the Force?
Yeah, dude.
Oh damn! And he's like, all of a sudden, he just got fucking dark.
Super powerful as fuck at that point.
He got a lot better.
Where he has the green lightsaber, where he's even more powerful. See,
the thing is, I had asked this question because I'm like, did he go back to Dagobah after Empire Strikes Back
to complete his training? Right?
His training.
I think he did. Yeah.
No, but later on, he says we're going to the Dagobah system. He's like, I had a promise I kept when he goes back later to see Yoda. Mm-hmm. So I was like, who taught him this whole time? I guess himself. I don't
even know.
Anyway.
I think like I saw some like lore crap where he's going somewhere because he is learning more. No, obviously because he's so powerful at that point. And then like he gets that green lightsaber and shit. Yeah. So it's kind of trippy. I don't fucking know.
Yeah. So we cut to Jabba. He's asleep. And shows Crumb watching his tail. He's like watching some weird shit. He's like looking back. Do you remember that? He's like, watching it.
I thought he wanted to bite it.
I think it kind of looked like he was like playing with it. What is he to Jabba? His little
he's
like,
a little pet, yeah.
His pet, right? And then is he watching Leia's tail?
Oh,
because in that sweet fucking
dress, the fucking freaking slave costume.
Horny fucking Jabba put him in. Fucking, he's a freak, dude.
I know, dude.
He's a gangster.
He's a gangster. He's got that freaking the metal bra, freaking metal underwear and shit. I'm gonna wear that for Halloween next year.
Yeah, and remember he like walks into like the slug man, that little weird sidekick that he has, and Luke's using the mind tricks on him.
Oh yeah, that one with the pink eyes.
He's like, and then we do the Jabba. And then we like, just agreeing. But like the way he like says, "You'll take me to Jabba," and he'll say like, Jabba. Yeah. Says it all fucking in his language. And then like 3 goes, "Oh, Luke's here to rescue me." I'm like, not just you fucking dick, like everyone else. Like, he's just like, "Oh, me," like, you little bastard.
He's a master, Luke.
And then Jabba's awoken to Luke standing before him. He's like, "Oh!" Like he fucking freaks out when he wakes up.
Yeah.
And then he's aware that Luke's using the mind tricks on the other guy. He's like, "Oh, it doesn't work on me." Oh, he's all pissed off.
He's like, "What?"
Oh shit.
The magic don't work on me.
Hey, they have the same. I mean, maybe from the same family.
Oh shit.
Maybe that's Grandpa Watts. So after that doesn't work on him, he signals Lando, but like Luke is dropped down with the pig man at the Rancor pit, so Lando doesn't do anything to help him.
Yeah, because I think he tries to shoot freaking Jabba,
he's about
to,
but he gets dropped down.
Yeah, he gets dropped down.
Rancor's shown, an ugly ass motherfucker. That little pig that gets dropped down with him is all freaking out. And it's funny because his other pig brothers on the top, they're like,
they're laughing.
They're having a great time. They're,
That's just sad, dude.
And the way he takes a bite of him, though, it's fucking appetizing. Dude. He's like,
little bacon.
I kind of want a little bacon right now. Luke puts up a little fight with the Rancor where he manages to kill him by shutting the door on him, but like he gets picked up a couple times. He gets like the bone and like shoves it in his mouth and everything. The whole best part about this scene when the Rancor's dead is that fucking the chubby guy that comes in.
The guy that cries.
He's like, and then like the other guy comes to comfort him. He's like,
and then like Luke, they're trying to they grab Luke because they're obviously he's not gonna escape from it. And then like the fat dude like pushes them both out of the way.
He like looks at him all, and he's like dressed like all crazy, dude, like a total like a Rancor master. Like he probably had that guy from his little baby.
For his little baby. And it's fucking. It is. I want to go back to the little pig that dies in the beginning when he falls down. Dude, it sucks because like the Rancor looks at him and he's like, "You must be mistaken, bacon," and he eats him. I'm just kidding. I like that.
Come on.
Thank you. All right.
Come on. And then he gets thrown into the cell with Han and Chewie. And he's like, "Together again, huh?" He's like, "Wouldn't miss it." He's like, "How we doing? Same as always." He's like, "That bad, huh?" Jabba wants them terminated immediately, and Han's like, "Good, I hate waiting." And I think he says they're gonna take him to the what is it?
I don't even know.
The pit of Carcoon. I forgot. I had it down somewhere where it was, but it's like the pit of Carcoon to meet a new definition of pain and suffering, and which they're talking about
that creature,
the pit, right?
Yeah, because that creature, like, I guess when you get eaten by it, it'll dissolve, eats you for over 900 years.
Oh, it's 1,000 years, yeah.
Or 1,000, yeah.
That 3PO's explained this to them. Yeah, it sounds awful in there. You know what I mean? But that is a good indication of how you know who gets out.
Oh,
Spoiler alert! We're talking about Boba Fett. So we're cut to the dunes. Oh, yeah, it's kind of like the dunes of something. So we cut to the dunes where we see Jawa's party ship just getting down again, and then R2's little bartender.
Fucking mixologist now, dude. He's selling drinks, dude.
Oh yeah, fucking he's living it up.
He's living the good life, as they say.
Then the prisoners though, they're on a separate little flying speeder, and Luke's like, I used to live here, and then Han's like, you're gonna die here, like just like old times.
Yeah.
But Luke is confident in his plan, right? And then we have Jabba having his little drink. And then he's fucking telling Leia, soon you will learn to appreciate me. Well, damn, Jabba the hunk. Bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, dude, he wants it,
dude. And he's going to get it. Oh, Sarlacc Pit is what it's called. That's what I just thought about it right
Good job.
Thank you. So when I was watching it, did it always look like that? Or did they
update it?
Do it?
I think they might have updated something.
I think so,
because it looks
there's
a
lot
different.
more tentacles and shit, right?
Yeah,
it looks a little more strange. Like I remember just being a mouth.
Yeah,
that's all I remember it being. But maybe I don't know.
That's what I was going to tell you too. Is like I was telling Diane as well because we were watching it. I'm like, dude, I remember when this movie came out and it was on VHS. That's how old we are. But it looks so weird. It doesn't look nothing like that, and a lot of shit is added. Like I think at one point in the movie, if you recall, they added like a little Sebulba creature running around. Remember that?
Oh, probably. Yeah,
he's walking around, and I'm like, what the fuck? That wasn't in the movie. I don't know if I remember it.
Yeah, they had little things, which is cool, but like it just looks out of place.
It's like so weird.
Anyway, Luke is like, free us or die, and he's all confident. And then like that sweet music starts. Boom. They're all looking at each other. Everything's getting into place. And then it shows Han, but he's like, he's all blind. He doesn't know what the hell he's looking at.
You remember that Family Guy of the?
He's like,
keep
doing. Stupid. And then fucking Luke does that sweet Jedi flip.
Yeah.
And R2 tosses him his lightsaber, and then the party ship just going nuts. And then you hear the Wilhelm screams, "Oh!"
Yeah.
And then that's when Lando's like thrown off. He's hanging off the rope.
He's like, ah!
Boba springs into action. We get the sweet jetpack.
He's like, the way he jumps out, like the way he goes to him, he does
kind of looks like he doesn't know how to control it. He's like,
he does a weird like front fucking dive.
He lassos Luke, but like he reflects a bullet, knocking Boba down.
Yeah.
And then I think Chewbacca's saying something to
he's
telling
Boba Fett.
He's like, Boba Fett, where? And then he hits him with the jetpack, which busts him and sends him flying into the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah.
It's a burp. I kind of like it. Kind of sucks. That's the way he went. Like it's just like, but obviously he's still alive according to lore. So that's the end of the fit. Leia goes to Jabba and starts beginning to choke him. And you got a sweet little tongue.
Oh yeah,
remember it's like flipping around all crazy, and she kills the thought Boston.
That's great. It's great. He's like, when he dies and shit. That's so great. And she's like calling it for a fucking minute, dude.
Like he's fucking pulling.
And then they're all fighting, and then Salacious Crumb is fucking up C-3PO. He's pulling his eyeball.
He's like eating at him, right? It's like fucking weird.
He's like, help me. And then R2 shocks the Salacious Crumb.
It's fucking sweet.
That's just great.
The Luke he jumps onto the party ship, tosses that one guy out of the window real quick. That comes out. Chewie and Han are trying to pull Lando up when the Sarlacc grabs onto his leg. Then Sean hoots at the tentacle, which he does and frees Lando. But before that, he's like, "But wait, I thought you were blind." And then Han's like, "Don't worry, I can see a lot better." And it's like just super like
And prior to that, he's like, "I could see a little bit better, but everything's still like a big blur, a big blur or something like that."
But going back to that Salacious Crumb thing. Fucking eating 3PO's eye, and then he gets shot. Like he's up in the rafters, just looking around,
looking back down. Yeah,
he's looking sweet. And that's the last we see of that little guy. And then R2 is shown pushing 3PO off the ship, which he has a history of doing. Leia and Luke swing away, all sweet, and then that ship just gets blown to bits.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy how freaking everything blows up.
Crumb.
Yeah, he's dead for sure.
Yeah, and so and then R2 and 3PO are picked up from the sand and our heroes. They escape the clutches of Jabba. That was a great sequence. That whole sequence is fun.
Yeah, and then like the song, whatever.
I think it's that one. I don't know. And that's when like Luke is like, oh, he's gonna head back to the Dagobah systems. I have a promise to keep an old friend.
Did he? Freaking Luke Skywalker looks so sick in the black little outfit. And
shit.
Like his dad, like better. In the movie.
He still has that weird little face, and he's like,
and then his haircut, like it's like a little clean cut bowl now.
He fucking used the lightsaber to cut it.
Yeah.
So now after
Yoda,
he's like,
Yoda the cut, they call him.
Emperor. So now it shows the Emperor arriving onto the Death Star.
Yeah.
It's cool because it's that same actor from the prequels, right?
Yeah, it's so awesome.
What a trip. And then Emperor tells Vader that he and Vader together can turn Luke if he brings them to them.
He's a rise, old friend.
Arise, old friend. How are the plans going on the Death Star?
I don't know what he talks like more like that.
Yeah, he does.
He's like,
I got something in my throat.
can't hold it.
I'm too weak. And now let me go back.
They were 2 weeks, right?
Then we get to Yoda's hut. And then poor Yoda, he's not doing so well. He's like, look, I so old. To your eyes, I do.
To your young eyes.
I do. He's all sweet. Crazy Yoda, dude, still.
And he's like, when 100 years old, look good, you will not, or something.
Yeah, he said, he's all sick I have become, old and weak. When 900 years old you reach, look as good you will not. And he's still being a little dick like he is.
It's funny because like still in those scenes, like he's still acting all quacky, you know, like all crazy.
All
and then he goes back into just being like
super serious.
Yeah.
And then he's telling Luke that he'll be dead soon, forever asleep. He says, twilight is upon me, and soon night must fall. Gets in his sweet little bed. That thing's sweet. He's
I like how they do that, dude.
And then Luke tries to get it. It's funny because Luke
puts his little blanket on.
Yeah, but Luke tries to say he has more training, and then Yoda's little eye just opens up. He has some shit. He's like, I already know that what you need. He's like,
So I'm a Jedi Knight.
He laughs when he says he's a Jedi. And then he needs to confirm Vader to become a Jedi.
Yeah.
Yoda ignores Luke, asking if Vader is Luke's father, which he hesitates to respond. But Yoda does confirm it eventually. He's like, yes, he was. And he's it's funny because he says, so he's talking to Luke, and every time he has something to say, he goes, Luke. But like you think he's done, but then he goes like, Luke. He's like, Luke. He's telling him once he's gone, Luke will be the last Jedi. I don't know. Last Jedi reference. Where they got it from.
Yeah, that's right there.
And then again, like he says it again, adds more facts, and then Luke once again, but is just really hanging on to life. Then he says there's another Skywalker and dies. He should have just started with that. That way Luke could, got going on that.
A little bit more into it. Yeah.
And then Yoda disappears into the Force air. Poor little Yoda.
I know. That was sad, dude. When I saw it, I was like, God damn, that's crazy.
Yoda. And then that's Obi-Wan comes out now and talks sense into Luke. He confirms out. Yeah, and he got all like sad. He's like, ask him about why didn't you tell me about my father? And he's just like, you said Vader killed my father. Which is basically true. He's all, but from a certain point of view. I'd be annoyed by that.
Yeah.
Luke's like, from a certain point of view, he's a little mad.
Yeah, and it's funny because like you could see that he got a little frustrated, but he's like, he needs to calm down.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what I mean?
So he's like, Luke, you're gonna find that many of the truths we cling to depend greatly on your own point of view.
Point of view, yeah.
Stubborn Jedi. Ben then gives him the lowdown on what happened, but Luke can't come to terms with killing his dad because he still senses good in him. And then Ben's like, then the Emperor has already won. And he also reveals Luke has a twin sister. Luke figures out that it's Leia.
Yeah.
Leia.
Wait, I kissed her. Just kidding. He's all like,
I know.
and then fucking Ben's like, yeah, good boy. No, I'm kidding.
It's all shudge deep down in your feelings.
Something he tells him.
Shove it in your pants. Now we're back to the Republic. We cut back to the the Rebel ship. I'm sorry. And it shows Han and Lando chatting. They're all buddies again. I guess let bygones be bygones.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what that lady's name is, but she comes in and gives everyone the rundown on the new ship, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure who it was.
I forget her name as well.
Yeah.
But she has like a sweet ass like presence of her.
And it's just like built by the Republic, and then the Emperor is overseeing the final construction himself. Enter Admiral Akbar.
That's right. I hit around and we're protected by an energy shield that must be deactivated.
There's another energy shield that has to be deactivated. Yeah, he's a little lobster. That's what he is, right?
I think he's I think he's a fucking lobster.
He resembles what's his name in Futurama.
Oh, freaking Zoidberg.
Yeah, Zoidberg. So then again, they got a show to blow the main reactor once they take down that defense mechanism. And then we get this guy that he signals to. His name's General Madine. It's a sweet ass bowl haircut. I don't know if you noticed that guy.
Yeah.
I don't know what species that's
And he has
from.
like a weird ass beard too.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it's his real beard for some reason.
But again, then they also say like, oh, Lando's leading the attack, and then Han is going to be on the ground, and like Leia's like surprised, like what the.
And then Chewie goes, "I'll go with you."
Yeah, Han informs that he doesn't have a crew, and then Chewie agrees. He's like, I don't want to speak for you, pal.
Yeah.
And then Leia joins too, and then Luke at the right times comes in. He's like, I'll come in and help also. We're like, oh no. They hug.
That was awesome. I don't know why.
That was cute.
See, dude, that's what I always wanted to tell you is like that they couldn't capture that shit in the new movies. Like that
Oh, yeah, not at all.
friendship, bro. Like it sucks. It's like
it was like a weird, it was a weird friendship.
I don't know.
I think they're like they were more together than the ones in the new ones. They were more separated. You know what
think?
I mean?
Okay, it makes
Kinda felt
sense,
that
but
way.
it's like when they get back to each other, it's like you know that they care for each other. These fuckers didn't
They
care
have a
for each other.
connection.
And that's when I just want to go into this. Sorry,
Go ahead.
but Leia sees Luke and she hugs him and she goes, "What's wrong?" And and then he goes, "Ask me about it later," or whatever.
Like later.
You know, it's crazy. I was thinking about this and like, you know, obviously now you know that they're twins at this point, right? And like they have a strong Force connection, but I think it's multiplied by even more because like, you know, they're twins. You know how like in real life, like twins like kind of feel like, so I think like they feel each other like even more than everything and shit. It's kind of crazy.
Maybe they do.
Which is, I don't know. I just thought that was fucking neat.
It's true though.
Because even before he said anything or saw him, like
she felt this.
She already felt that something was wrong.
But even in Empire, remember she kind of felt him. Like
that's right.
She felt him too.
Yeah. And she doesn't know she's Force sensitive yet.
No, she doesn't.
Yeah.
Just HIV HIV sensitive by Han. He's like so then you see Han offering Lando the Falcon. They have a little banter, and Lando promises not to scratch the ship. He's like, "Would you get going, you pirate?"
Yeah.
And gets all sad about the Falcon. He's like, "I have a feeling I won't be seeing it again." Like he's like, you know.
I don't like when I heard that because I already know. We knew what happens, but I'm like, and when I heard it, I'm like, damn, he's not gonna see it again.
Yeah, and then we cut to back to the Emperor and Vader, and again, "What is thy bidding, my master?" And he gives him the whole
younger Skywalker.
He gives him the whole rundown on the plan of Vader and like, you know, about what they want him to do.
Bring him. He's like, your good is not going to get in the way. And he's like,
you know, and he's like, "I promise, master." Goes back to the heroes on the stolen Imperial ship because that's how they're sneaking by. And he's like, and it's funny because he tells Chewie, "Drive casual." Why is Chewie driving?
He's like, drive carefully, drive close, but not too close.
Yeah, exactly.
He's all be casual. And then he hits his head. Chewie hits his head, and he goes, "I don't think when the Empire was building these, they were thinking about Wookiees in mind." Or
right? Vader's questioning where that shuttle's going, and then the Admiral contacts the ship, asking what the cargo is, their destination. He's all, "Parts and technical from the Forest Moon." He's all, you know, so Han was driving the ship. We should let him answer. He's like, Vader seems sketch. He feels Luke's presence.
He feels like, and that's when Luke says, "I'm endangering the mission.
Yeah, he's like,
I shouldn't have come."
Mm-hmm.
That's, dude. And I was talking to someone today, or Diane, about today. But dude, I used to use that. I used to always quote that when I was a kid. I don't know why. I just would say it. Yeah, it was a weird thing. But I would always say, and I was like, that was one of my favorite quotes for that stupid movie.
That's a weird quote to like.
It is, right? I don't know why. I just always like that shit. I don't know.
So then Vader's like, "Oh, I'll deal with them myself." You know, he just lets them pass through. We cut to Endor. The crew encounters some scout troopers. I think they're called, right? The little ones on the.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
And then like fucking Han. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Han like tries to go through, like go sneak up on one. He's like, he's all, "Go quietly." He's all, "Hey, it's me."
And then they look at each other, Leia and freaking Luke. Yeah.
And then fucking he steps on a little twig, and the trooper says like, "Ah!" He's in.
He fucking smacks.
So
him.
if you get away, but Chewie shoots one all sweet.
That's right. He has a sick ass the crossbow.
He shoots him pretty far too.
Yeah.
Leia runs toward the speeder to pursue the other escapees, and Luke's like, "I see them. Wait, Leia!" And like he's like going because
he fucking jumps on it. Yeah.
Luke
he's
jumps
like,
on
"Go
the
faster or go up."
Yeah, and he jumps with her on the bike with her, right?
Yeah.
This whole little scene is fucking looks sweet too. Like it's just like it's so like the effects aren't great still, but you can tell it's a step up from what we had before, right?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
What we saw.
I feel like they're using more movie magic and shit.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
But go ahead. Sorry.
Remember how we talked about the Star Wars arcade game?
Oh yeah.
You remember doing this level in that game? Oh, I couldn't even do this shit either.
I couldn't finish that shit either.
So
I would always crash into a tree.
I'd always crash, and that was it.
It's either the game wanted you to fucking fail or what? Like, cause it was like eating quarters.
That is why you fail.
Yeah. There were, this is random going into like arcades real quick. So some arcades, like those Star Wars ones I saw that like, or arcades, you would put quarters in and you'd have to put a certain amount for you to kind of eventually they'd let you get to where you needed to be. Cause if not, like, you know, cause it wants you to eat, it wants to eat your quarters. It wants to make money. So it makes it harder.
That's true.
So that's probably what that shit did. I don't know.
It's all right. It was so fun though.
It was fucking fun. It was always a treat to play this fucking
It was
games.
a treat. Just going arcades.
Yeah.
So eventually Luke gets on his own bike, but Leia is shot off her bike, but the trooper who shot her ends up crashing anyway. What a fool.
I know he looks back, and that's why he fucking
And
crashes.
he's hit. Shows Luke still in the pursuit when he gets tangled with another speeder and is thrown off, and the other guy comes back to finish Luke off. But Luke sends his ass barrel rolling after cutting his speeder with a lightsaber.
Yeah.
I thought it was all just fucking flips around.
Yeah.
Luke,
Dude, yeah, no,
good?
you're good. Right when they land, there's like a sweet ass like line that I freaking love. I'll talk about it later. I just thought about it right now.
Go. Yeah, so Luke regroups with the crew, but Leia is missing. 3PO says, "Don't worry, Master Luke. We know what to do." And you said it was pretty here. Ugh. I don't know why he says that. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, that is funny.
Oh, he's telling through R2 when they're walking away. That's right. He's like, "You said it was pretty here." Ugh. And then we cut the little bare feet, introducing the Ewok poking at Leia. There's a sweet little sound. Hold on. These little creatures, these little creatures are either like a love or a hate thing with the fans, right?
Definitely.
Like I've always heard people like, "Oh, I fucking hate the Ewoks," and like people, I love the Ewoks. What are your thoughts on the Ewoks?
I like the Ewoks a lot, dude.
Do you?
I'm
Me
a big
too.
fan.
They're cute.
You know what? You know why they were
I'm
in
a
the
sucker for
movie,
cute
right?
shit. No.
So I'm not. I might be mistaken, Bacon, but freaking there was this like, I don't know if it was rumor or if it was true, but I saw that those obviously the Ewoks, they're like little people, right?
Yeah.
And they were supposed to be the original Luke and Leia of the Star Wars. They were going to make a small people version of the movie or something like that. Supposedly, yeah. I don't know if that's true, and that's why they had so many of these extra little people.
Now that sounds bonkers.
But I don't know if that's real or not.
I thought you were gonna say they wandered off the Wizard of Oz set and got here.
The monkeys.
But yeah, trip,
I don't know if that's true, dude. We'll go look into that. We'll get back into that.
Leia doesn't seem bothered by the Ewok, but sees if Ewok can help him. But Ewok is a little hesitant. He's and then like she pulls out food and he has that sweet little Ewok song that you're singing.
Yeah,
I don't even know how it goes. I fucking forgot. She takes off her helmet. Ewok freaks out. He's like a scared little puppy. He's like, yeah. And then he gets like back into defense mode. He's
and she pulls out food. Where the hell did she pull out food from? The helmet?
I have no idea. Yeah, somewhere.
It's like,
she just kind of pulls it out and just has a fucking snack.
She gives him like a freaking granola bar, and he's like,
and then Leia and then the Ewok are shot from behind at a trooper coming for them. Little Ewok like rolls under the tree. I don't know, and then like he hides under there. But Leia is able, and then like that's when it comes up to Leia. But then the little Ewok hits its feet, and then that's when Leia finishes it off.
Yeah.
And then the Ewok, I'm assuming, takes her towards the base, which she does. He's like, and there they go. They take off. I don't even know. It's a sweet song. And then we go back to Vader and the Emperor. And Vader says that he feels Lucas with him on Endor, and the Emperor's like,
"Strange, I have not. So I wonder if your feelings on this matter are clear, Lord Vader."
And like,
yeah,
he's saying he's gonna bitch out.
I wanted to ask you this question before we get into it. So obviously, like at one point, like Obi-Wan is talking to. Remember when he's the Force Ghost, where he's talking to him and he tells him, "You must kill your father."
Yeah.
Or else, the Emperor wins, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then he says, "I can't kill him because I sense some good in him." When do you think that he felt that? Like, because I kind of have a point in time, I think, but I was wondering if you kind of noticed that. Like, when did you think, like, oh, like, no, my father still has some good in him?
So, remember in Empire Strikes Back when they have the final fight and they're having that final talk?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, he wasn't, like, menacing, really. He was literally trying to get him to, like,
join him.
He wants to be... Maybe he does want that relationship with his son.
Yeah,
I'm guessing because
they want to overthrow the emperor, right?
That's probably what is his goal.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, as he sees, Luke. He's seen his son for the first time, and he's never seen his daughter. And like, Luke, Anakin, he may be evil or whatever, but I'm sure that's like nostalgic for him or whatever. Is like and he wants to bring him a part of his family, and that that's all he wanted in the beginning, right? Maybe he wanted a family. He wanted to be with Padme, and maybe that's just bringing him back. Yeah, kind of my thoughts.
Yeah, no, I honestly agree. I felt the same thing.
Started crying a little.
What'd you say?
Crying a little. No, I'm kidding.
No, but yeah, I thought the same thing. Like at that moment in time and he's like, "No, you're not," and he's trying to help him or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think he sees that he's like, he kind of was hesitant on like killing him, and so he's like, and then he tells him, "I want you to join me" and all that. And I think the hesitation, he felt as like, oh, he's trying to keep me alive. He's my dad, kind of thing. Uh-huh. That's when he kind of meditated on it probably and like thought about that. But I just wanted to ask you that because I was like, when he says that, I was like, that's probably why.
Yeah, that tends to happen a lot in these. Or maybe he's just getting into each other's minds.
Yeah, because like in New Hope, he goes, "I have you now," and he's about to kill his ass.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll continue. Go ahead. Sorry.
So yeah, he's like, they are clear, my master. He's all, he will come to me. The way he says that as a question though, he's like, he will come to me, like with a question mark, like
Yeah,
that's weird. And then fucking Emperor's like, I have foreseen it. His compassion for you will be his undoing. So maybe that's what he feels too. Is like, you know, his compassion towards Vader is he feels it, you know, and it's getting to him a little bit. And he turns around in that cool little chair. He's like, bean, and fucking Emperor.
yeah.
I wonder if he's watching the whole time, just watching space. Like that must get boring. I wonder where his chambers are.
Do you think you know how like I always thought like, does he use like the Force with his eyes to see what the fuck's going down there?
He just probably shuts his eyes and just meditates there.
He's probably
like
fucking
listens to the world.
He's like fucking sleeping and shit.
He's master. He's like, he's, power.
I'm weak.
We cut back to Endor, where Luke and Han discover Speeder Rex and Leia's helmet. R2 doesn't censor trail, but Chewie smells the dead meat, and they're caught in a trap. And then Han's like, "Great, you're always thinking with your stomach." And it turns out the Ewoks, you know, surrounding them. And then they, thanks to R2, they escape. But you know, they all like surround them, and then they see 3PO, and they're like, "Oh!" And they all bow and start to chant.
Yeah.
He's the golden god, because I guess it's what their prophecy foresaw or something like that.
Yeah.
It is, right?
He's like, "Oh no!"
And then Han, like 3PO says some shit, and then Han gets mad at him, and then like the Ewoks get like springing to protect him. He's like, "My mistake. He's an old friend of mine." And one Ewok says, "Jabba jabba jabba." And they, like,
I can't lie to them. He says, "It's not in my program," or I can't impersonate a god or some shit.
And then fucking cut to the Ewok village where they have everyone but 3PO held as prisoners, looking like they're gonna roast them, like they're gonna eat them, right?
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was thinking too.
It's kind of dark, man.
Yeah.
It's like, and then Han's like, I have a bad feeling about this. Me too. Ewoks informed the 3PO that they're the main course for his banquet in 3PO's honor. And then Leia comes out all sweet. She comes out fucking
fucking her hair's done for
super
some
long,
reason.
Like, it's fucking Ewok fur.
Yeah.
He tells 3PO, "I'll free them. They're our friends." And like, there's like a little Ewok song while they're setting up, the fire. He goes like, "Look." I don't even know. It gets weird. I gotta get back to this.
Sweet, dude.
Luke tells 3PO to tell the Ewoks that he'll get angry and use his magic if they don't free our heroes, you know. And then they don't believe him. But then Luke floats. He's like, like floats
Help
the chair.
me out too.
Help me. And like, I'm all, yo, 3PO, you got to be more subtle than that, you know. Like, you're gonna be fucking convincing them. But they fall for it.
Do you think they understand? The Ewoks understand his English, I guess, that he's speaking? Because, like,
I guess so. Because even they kind of.
Because how did he? I don't think they understood Leia. They just kind of like body language about it.
Maybe,
like,
but obviously they all put a whole plan together. At the
I
end.
know, right?
Like, you guys here, you know what I mean?
Because 3PO speaks that language. He's like,
oh, that's right.
Whatever they speak, Ewokinese or
6
whatever.
million different languages. The Ewoks start freaking the fuck out, so they let him go. R2 gets paid back on one of them by shocking one of them. And he like takes off. He's always shocking motherfuckers. And it's fucking sweet because the next scene is just 3PO telling stories to the Ewoks, and they're all just listening. And then 3PO even does a Vader breathing impression. He's like, and they're all like, you see someone all scared. Like, it's so
they're little baby ones.
Buddy. I'm like, dude. But they're all like into the story. Like,
He's telling them a story about Luke and them fighting or something. Right?
Yeah. And then like little Ewok is shown rubbing up against Solo, and then you see him again like holding on to his leg. Remember? And then fucking 3PO's like, they're all because he lets them know he's we've been accepted by the tribe, and then like Solo's hugged by an Ewok. He's like, that's what I always wanted. It's fucking sweet.
God damn.
And then it's funny because Solo keeps telling 3PO to ask him questions, but he keeps interrupting him. Right? He's like, tell him this. And tell him that. And then the last one he goes, and hurry up, will ya? I haven't got all day. I'm like, fucking what 3PO. The whole time he's like, it's fucking sweet.
Oh, God. Dude, the way fucking Han treats 3PO in this one is like addictive. The worst, honestly.
And then you got Leia and meeting Luke outside where he asks about her mother. And like, remember, he's like, wants to know like a description of her, but Leia doesn't even remember her mother, right? I mean,
no. And then she says she was beautiful or something like that. Like, she knew, but she's like, how the hell did she?
That's what I was confused about. I'm like, wait, what? Because they were born at the same time and separate at the same time. And their mom died at birth. Like, how the hell?
Well, I mean, it wasn't written in that time, but it's like, Unless she's talking about the mom that freaking that
Raised her?
adopted her, yeah, after the fact.
No, but she said she didn't know her. She's like, remember? She's like, oh, I didn't really know her long. Or I don't know.
It's fucking weird. I thought it the same thing too. I'm like,
It's a little strange.
unless she's like fucking forced imaged herself into her or something.
Yeah. And then Luke's, the force is strong in my family. My father has it. I have it. And my sister has it. And then Luke reveals Leia to his sister, and she's like, I know. It's kind of weird.
I've always known.
I've always known. Like, see, and then fucking Crybaby Han comes out. What's going on? It's like,
You could tell him.
you can tell him, but you can't tell me. It's like, dude, chill.
Yeah.
And
He's
then,
like, I'm
your father's
sorry.
She's like, hold me. And he's looking all weird. He's such a little whiner, dude.
Yeah.
He's like a little kid, like trying to get his girl. He's my girl.
Yeah.
Then we got Enter Vader landing on Endor, accompanied by an AT-AT, where it's revealed that Luke turned himself in and has gotten himself captured on purpose. He's like, the Emperor has been expecting you. He's like, I know, Father.
So you've accepted the truth.
Fucking, I don't know why I'm talking
He's
like
all,
that.
give me his lightsaber.
He's like, I have accepted the truth I have accepted the truth that you're Anakin Skywalker, my father. He's like, that name does not mean anything to me. But Luke, and then that whole sequence is Luke trying to like get him to go and like get the good out of him, right?
Yeah, this is the freaking the movie that Darth Vader talks the most.
Yeah,
out of
and
anything.
They have a sweet little chat, like father and son chat.
They do. They really do.
He's like, come with me. Like, he's like, come with me.
Yeah.
But
like, you can see that he's kind of proud of him at one point because he's like, he tells him, "You've constructed a new lightsaber, right, or whatever." Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And like, he's like, wish we could play some catch together.
he's like, "What are you doing after this?"
What you doing? Want to go for some ice cream? You want to go for some jawa juice?
Hell yeah, brought it back. Throwback. You want a cup of jawa?
So,
you know what? I think at one point, like rumored, I think they were gonna eat. They're gonna have dinner and have what Aunt Beru was cooking in the background. The freaking vegetables going.
Some blue milk.
Shit.
Yeah, but Vader doesn't seem to want to return to the lightsaber the side, but he's like, it's too late for me, son. But you can see him becoming more vulnerable. Like
yeah,
even in that
definitely.
last scene, they show him looking out, and he kind of looks like he's definitely thinking in there.
Yeah.
So now we cut to Han and the gang scoping out the area. Ewoks informs them that there's a secret entrance because they're like looking at the ship, right? Or they're looking down and seeing like they're like little, they're looking at the base they're supposed to get into. And now we're cutting back to Lando and his crew. And then we got Akbar, proceed with the countdown. And then what about, I don't know if you remember this guy. What about that sweet little dude that accompanies Lando in his ship? Dude?
Hell yeah,
dude. I don't know what that guy's name is, but he looks fucking sweet. Like, he's fucking sweet.
I love that character. He's
I love
fucking
that
sweet.
character too.
But I don't know what the hell he is or who he is.
That's fucking great. I'll have to look it up later.
Yeah.
So back to Endor at the other entrance, scoping the area. They're thinking of how to get around the guards when this little Ewok goes out by himself to save the day. He just jams out on the speeders. He just fucking takes off.
His little body,
it's
too.
It's like flying in there. It's
Yeah.
like, his little feet. And then even Han's like,
great.
not bad for a little fur ball. Then he gets shot and starts spinning out of control, but he somehow gets like regains control on it. And then he like swings away like little Tarzan. He's like, wee! Like fucking sweet ass guys. Go to Han with a sweet little distraction to a group of rebels. Like he like runs to the side and all the rebels are right there.
That's
and the
right,
stormtroopers are kind of a throwback to remember when he in the New Hope when he runs out to the stormtroopers.
Oh, that's right.
So maybe that's a little throwback.
I see.
The stormtroopers
Yeah,
are
that's
the rebels. I just thought about that now. And then they enter the base, and then it kind of like resembles the one like in Jurassic Park.
Oh, that's
You know what I
right.
mean? Like,
Yeah,
when
it
she
kind of
goes in, they go
does.
look for what's his
Yeah.
name? Samuel Jackson's character, Mr. Arnold. Mr. Arnold.
He's like, hold on to your butts.
Hold on your butts, and then so they shows and goes in there. Now we're cut to Vader, Luke, and the Emperor. Emperor frees Luke from the shackles, and Emperor's giving a speech on how he plans on having Luke become his apprentice. But Luke isn't budging. So, your overconfidence is your weakness, and fucking Emperor's like, your faith in your friends is yours. Like some weird,
Yeah.
They're having this back and forth. Like, I'm not gonna go. He also informs Luke that it was a setup for the rebels to go on that generator. Like he knew they were gonna go down there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a decoy. And that's when he shows our heroes on Endor get overrun by the Imperial forces.
And that's when that guy comes out and that's when they get caught, right?
Or
they haven't gotten caught yet.
I think they're battling. They're starting to battle. Like they get caught, but like,
but that's when they get caught, and then that guy comes out randomly. And
that's right.
He points the gun at Han, and then he goes,
You rebel scum.
Oh yeah, rebel scum.
The way he says it, dude.
So I can see
That deliverance, that's what I was telling you. That's my favorite, one of my favorite quotes from this movie.
I thought it was, we got to get out of here. Just kidding, I was like,
Oh yeah, no, yeah. No.
You rebel scum.
So we see that. Then we cut back to Lambo and his crew approaching the Death Star, but Lando then senses that they were set up. You know, he's like calling off the attack, and then Akbar's like, "It's a trap!" Another scene that's always fucking referenced. A fight ensues, and then we go back to. So now we have that battle going on up there. That's one. And then we go to Emperor Cumboy. Tell Luke to watch the attack in space. So the hate is swelling in you now, and then, like the Emperor's just taunting him, right? Just trying to
he's trying to get him mad. Yeah,
he's all, with each passing moment, you make yourself more my servant. He's all, you like your father are now mine. He's all, take the lightsaber. Yeah, take the lightsaber. Take the red pill. I'll take the lamb. But he's not budging yet. Luke's kind of like, no, he's still trying to fight it. Then we go back to Han and his friends, surrounded by the Imperials. 3PO distracts the troopers for an Ewok attack. 3PO actually does some shit this time.
Yeah.
Ewoks call for reinforcements, and there's like a shitload of them, right? And it's funny because they're like literally just throwing like rocks at the stormtroopers, and then they just fucking them up.
Yeah. And then the freaking trees that like hit the one.
They have that one with the swing, right?
Yeah, it swings.
That one's sweet.
And then like it's sad because then like a lot of the little bears, the little Ewoks, they look like little bears are all dying.
I know. They have that one Ewoks on a glider throwing rocks. And,
that's right. They're gliding. They're just.
And remember, they tried to put the string around. I think it's an ATST, but it's called. But it's like the two-legged ones.
Yeah, two-legged. Yeah.
They pull and they're getting dragged along, right? And they got like a rock catapult that's not working. And then, just like in true Star Wars fashion, we get a battle in space, battle on the planet, and soon we're gonna have a lightsaber battle.
Yeah.
So it's like they always do that shit, which is cool. Then the commander in the Imperial starships inform the audience that they are not attacking because the Emperor has something special planned. Which we then go back to the Emperor. He tells Luke he's a witness the firepower of this fully armed and operational battle station. So it took him faster to put this together than the original Death Star, which is strange. But it's like more like, I guess, operable in a sense where it can fire fast, right? Maybe the fire rate's like better.
They changed something up, yeah.
Yeah, because like it fires at one of the Republic ships, destroys it, cuts to the Falcon, and Lando's little friend goes, oh. And then Akbar wants us to retreat, but Lando assures he's like, no, Han's gonna have that shield down. And like that's when they show Han again at the entrance when R2 shows up and tries to override it, but launches back. Wow! Because like I don't know what it does, like short circuits him.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna have to hot wire it for now, because now that fucking R2 is just out of commission. And then we cut to two Ewoks, and one is trying to get his friend up, but realizes his friend didn't make it. Sad scene. Remember they showed him?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and he's holding him and shit. Yeah.
And he's like, oh. I'm like, oh, damn. It's so sad.
Crazy.
They're like little pets, you know? Yeah. So then we cut to the Emperor still trying to tempt Luke, and Luke is watching as his friends are being killed off. That's when he finally grabs his lightsaber, tries to strike, but is blocked by Vader. And then, like, fucking Palpatine has that little sweet smile. He's like, ugh.
Yeah. And he's on that sweet ass chair that he always sits on. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He just fucking chills there all day.
Yeah.
And then he cuts back. We cut back to the planet where Chewie and two Ewoks take over the ATST.
Oh, that's right.
And they start to use it to their advantage. They blow up another walker, and it shows the Ewoks and Chewie inside. They're all having fun. And it shows one of the Ewoks petting Chewie. Do you see that?
Yeah.
It's fucking sweet.
He's
it's
like
fucking cute. They're all happy and celebrating. They're like, yahoo! Like they're all fucking sweet. They stepped their game up.
Yeah.
Real quick. You know
definitely.
what I'm saying?
They're warriors, you know? Little bear warriors.
They are warriors. They are the warriors.
Oh.
Like that?
I did.
We cut to Leia getting her arm shot. Then we got that one stormtrooper that can aim out of the whole fucking universe. You know, finally we need the heroes. He finally shoots her. Then two come from behind where Leia flashes to Han that she has a blaster, and then Han's like, I love you. She's like, I know. It's like it's stupid. Like, that little scene's dumb.
They don't even play a song, but
so then we cut to Vader and Darth fighting. Darth is kicked and does a sweet little air flip, and he's like,
and then let the hate flow through.
That when he gets kicked and he goes, oh!
Yeah, he does like a sweet little flip, but he doesn't hit the floor at all. He just does a flip.
He glides, yeah.
And he's like, Obi-Wan has taught you well. Now I have a sidebar here.
Okay,
I want to get into this.
I'm not go ahead. Yeah.
So
I love sidebars.
You like the sidebars. So he says Obi-Wan has taught him well, right? So I know in the past with Star Wars, when we watched them, like okay, with Anakin and Obi-Wan training, obviously there was years that went by, and then Vader or whatever, there's years that go by, and that's why their training gets better.
Yeah.
But with Luke and Obi-Wan, we see them the whole time they're with each other in New Hope. There's never any other time spent.
Yeah.
So when he says he trains him, all Obi-Wan has done is just talk to Luke. So is that when Jedis are truly like is that what they're truly supposed to do? Is the way they talk and their philosophies? Is that how you get trained?
I get what you're saying. Yeah,
because like he'll say like, "Oh, let go of all your feelings," or let go. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but that's kind of like what everyone says. But like, so that's basically what Luke has gone based off of now because he hasn't had Obi-Wan for that long.
Yeah,
and the only training we saw with him and Obi-Wan was like what, the fucking helmet over his head, and blind. That's really all we saw.
Yeah, honestly, it's funny that you say that because I always say I always make excuses for these fucking movies.
Yeah, I know.
And like in my head, when I thought about it, I thought that Obi-Wan had been training. So Obi-Wan had been training him in Force sensitivity while he was a ghost, while dead, right?
Okay,
because he does talk to him.
Yeah.
And then Yoda's
him.
training him in physicality. That's why he's running with him in his backpack.
But even then, they barely show them. You know what I mean? I don't know how much time they spent, but and he leaves before his training's even done.
Yeah.
It's just
he must have been doing something.
It's a little issue,
like,
Mike. But that's what I'm saying when it goes back when he talks to him. Is that what the training is really based on? Is how they talk to somebody? Because the Emperor's trying to taunt him with his words, and then, it's basically just words. Because I don't know. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying, because it's the teachings of the mind as opposed to physicality.
Which I understand, but like, because I think he's talking in reference to his skills. You know what I mean? Like, not just fucking letting the hateful through him. I don't know. That's my little sidebar.
That's a good one. I like that. Yeah, because I never thought of that as well. Yeah, because I know that's why I would think that the mind is stronger, right, than the physical body.
Yeah,
because Yoda at one point says, "Judge me by my size." Do you remember when he says that, right? And obviously he's so force sensitive that he can do shit even with his body.
But when you see Yoda fighting Attack of the Clones, he's flipping.
He's doing a bunch of shit. Yeah,
so he's good at talking, but
he's also gonna fuck up.
I don't know. Anyway, that's the religion, like the talking. So the battle continues with Luke and Vader fighting. Luke's flipping around all sweet. So we actually do see the Jedi flips because remember we were talking about the prequels. You're like, we didn't really get to see any of this.
Yeah, because now they're trained.
But it's because Luke is a younger Jedi. You know what I mean? Like he's a younger, so that's why we see that. Still trying to convince Vader that he's good. Vader denies it, and knocks Luke down, and the Emperor's like, good, which we do a lot.
I love that. Yeah, that's a great quote that we use.
Good. Yeah. And then we got back to Han, tricking the Empire out of the bunker and doing his little signature smirk. Remember, he's like,
"Oh, that's right, yeah."
And then they show him putting bombs in the bunker. They're just like loading a bunch of bombs, right, just to like get it ready to destroy. Then we cut back to Vader, and the scenes just kind of switch back and forth. That's why I'm trying to like put it all together. Cut back to Vader and Luke. He's like, "I will not fight you." And then Vader is reading what Luke is feeling and reveals that he had a twin sister. So I know Vader knew. So Vader's like, he's like, okay, I'm sorry. Come back to this. So I know Vader knew he had one kid, right, from the baby. He didn't know.
He didn't know he had two. Yeah.
So, but he says that he had a twin sister. So like, how was Leia so secret and he couldn't figure out who she was? You know what I mean? Like, couldn't he, like? Obviously, they're both force sensitive. Luke more so, I guess, maybe, but. It's kind of, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it is strange. It's like she like, it's like the way they made Leia. It was like she literally got away from the Force. You know what I mean? Like where she, like remember in obviously The Last Jedi with Luke when he kind of cuts off the Force.
Yeah,
they make it seem like that's what kind of Leia did because like there was no other way for him to find out. But it doesn't make sense because no, she didn't, right? Like,
and then also they had Obi-Wan watching him the whole time.
Yeah, and
no one was really watching her because obviously she was gonna be more protected where she was left.
Yeah,
and
also,
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, and it makes sense because like remember we've talked about this before, but like no one knows what Jedis are yet, or at that point, because all Jedis are kind of extinct.
Well, like, they know about Jedis.
But they don't know like all the Force and all that. You know what I mean?
They're not too like keen on it.
Maybe that's probably why.
Maybe
because Anakin, remember when he was a little kid, he doesn't know what the Force is until they tell him.
That's true.
He does use the Force when he's driving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean,
but maybe with the help of Qui-Gon. But also, I mean, Luke was brought back to Tatooine, which was Anakin's home. Maybe that's another indication how he kind of sensed it.
Makes sense. Yeah.
He also says Obi-Wan was wise to hide her from me. But he's satisfied with that news because he knows if he can't turn Luke, he'll try to go get her.
Yeah.
And Luke's like, no. Battle continues, gets intense, and that's where Luke starts pounding on Vader all sweet, and then cuts off his hand.
Yeah. He's like, I love that. It's so cool.
Emperor comes down for some more training words to make him stronger. Luke refuses, even throws his lightsaber away from him. when he looks at his hand in Vader's, like I think he's like kind of brought back to that vision that he saw in the Empire. Remember? In
that's
the woods?
right. That's right.
He's like, I can see himself becoming Darth. They kind of have that same destiny. Emperor's just displeased. He's all,
so be it, Jedi.
but that's before the stuff happens. It cuts back to Luke or Han blowing up the bunker, giving Lando and crew a chance. And then Lando's like, I told you he'd do it. And then fucking the sweet Lando's friend, he's like, I'm gonna try to post him on the Twitter. Once I find, well, not try, I will.
Make sure you follow us on Quotable Cast.
Quotables Cast.
Quotables Cast. Yeah, thank you.
So now we cut back to Luke, and that's when the Emperor starts to shock him. He's like, power! No, okay, no, he doesn't do that.
I know, but I did hear that in my head.
I know, right? Power! He's like, you have paid the price for your lack of vision. And I continue to shock Luke, and then Luke's like, Father, please help me.
He's, the way he's getting shocked, it's so weird, yeah.
He's like, power! And the Emperor's like, now, young Skywalker, you will die. And then fucking Darth does that sweet, no. And then like fucking picks up the Emperor and throws his ass down in the reactor core. And then like, obviously he's shocked too. Darth Vader got shocked too. And then like, he's even more like damaged his suit, and now he can't really breathe. So that was like his only means for survival was the breathing.
Is that how he died? Right, the shock is kind of what
shock fucked it up, and he can't breathe anymore because that's what was keeping him alive.
Supposedly, I heard that he could have stayed alive, but he kind of wanted to give up. Like he saw that his job
his will to live.
Yeah, exactly, and like that's why he died. So Luke, and he was the chosen one in his mind.
He's like, I'm proud of you, boy.
Well, but obviously it was Leia, right?
Yeah. Now we're back to the space battle. Rebels are hitting him hard. That dude that sacrifices himself and rams in front of the ship, he's like, ah! Right? Like,
the way he does.
And then we cut back to Akbar, and they're all cheering. He does that little sweet look back. Remember, he's like,
oh yeah, in his freaking eyeball.
That one's like on a meme. Like I always say that shit on a meme or like some shit.
It's funny because my favorite meme of it, it's like a big. It's like a girl with a big old butt dancing in front, and then he looks back like, you seen that one?
Yes, that one's sweet. You gotta post that one
General Akbar, dude. We'll post. Okay, we'll post that one.
So then we cut back to Luke and Vader, and it's funny how Luke is walking around with Vader on his shoulder, and no one really says anything, right? They're all like, everyone's just kind of running and trying to escape, and then we have like a cute little father and son moment, and then Vader asks for help taking off his mask. He's like, "Look, let me look at you with my own eyes."
Yeah.
And then even though he's going to die, nothing else can save him at this point. He's already accepted his fate. Like you said, we see Vader's face for the first time, and he's hideous. We hear him without his signature voice, and he just sounds like a regular American man.
It's like he has like such a such a crazy voice, and then it's like this really weak ass old white man.
Like Anakin, and Luke wants to save him. He's like, "You already have." And they have fake, cute little moments. Vader falls back and dies. Luke tears up. Sweet little Vader music is heard, but with like a little lullaby twist on it. It's like, din, 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 din. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Was
that the cowardly lion?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. We're cut to space. Orlando and Wedge are seen in the main reactor room attacking.
Damn, Wedge is still alive. I forget. Yeah, that's right.
And then Lando's like, yeah! Makes to the Death Star, destroying it for good. Heroes and Ewoks are shown on the planet cheering. Han assures Leia that Luke wasn't on the Death Star when it blew up. He's like, he wasn't. I can feel it. No, she says, he wasn't. I can feel it. He's like, you love him, don't you? She's like, yes. He's like, all right, I understand. Fine. When he comes back, I won't get in the way. He's like, no, it's not like that at all. He's my brother. Yeah. And he gets all happy. Like, he looks all confused, and he gets a sweet-ass smile on his face.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, oh, yeah, we're going to bang tonight, he says. In the little Ewok cabin with their hair and all that shit.
And then this one, Luke says, my best friend and my sister? No, I'm just kidding. No.
You're going to take her to a good date tonight, right, Han? He's like, knock that bitch up.
And he goes flashback, and he tells Luke, he's like, I'm going to clap her cheeks.
Oh, shit. I'm going to give her chlamydia. Then we cut to Vader being burned. A proper burial for him from Luke by himself. And I feel like this right here is where it all came full circle for me. Because like this saga was Vader's story.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
Even though like he was like the main character. Like it was all about his arc in the end, I think, from my opinion.
Are you saying this was the rise of the Skywalker? Just kidding. Continue. Sorry.
But you know what I mean? Like, so I'm satisfied we started from the first one because I get more of that feeling like, oh, like, okay, like that's cool. Like
Yeah, because usually
we
people
started as a kid. Now he's like
Yeah.
we see him die, and it's sad. Like even though it's like he wasn't the best in the prequels, but like it's still like sad because like Darth Vader's still a badass.
I feel like it hits you a little bit different. Since we started from one and go, yeah, you're right. I definitely like we definitely saw a different side to every moment in this in the all the prequels and the sequels.
Yeah, and that was so that we're just closing his story.
Yeah.
Even though he comes back later in the newer ones, but like not you know what I mean.
I mean, we don't talk about those right now.
So yeah, that was cool. And then we get a little fireworks symbol celebration for all the systems as they now know we have nothing to fear from the Republic. And this is when you were talking about that scene. They show Naboo, right?
Yeah, did you see it? Did you notice it? Right?
They're like, we are free.
Yeah,
like,
you hear Jar Jar Binks.
I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, that's a trip. And then so that's what you're referencing to. But then I think they added other scenes, right? Because like
they did, yeah. So they added that, and then the Force Ghost ends up being Christian Haydenson, right?
Christian, yeah,
Hayden
Christensen.
Hayden, thank you, Hayden Christensen.
Oh yeah, that'll come out.
Continue,
That's like the ending thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was just weird that those things were sent. But yeah, we're back to Endor, and they're having a sweet little party. Everyone's just getting down.
Song, yeah, they're all getting down.
Even one's dancing with 3PO. Some are playing drums on the trooper helmets. Lando and Han,
that's right.
They all reunite and they all hug each other.
Yeah,
Everyone's hugging. It's like a sweet little scene. That's when Luke sees like the Force Ghost and Ben, and they added Anakin. But so what I don't understand is like, okay, Ben and Yoda died when they were old, and so did Vader. So why wouldn't they show Vader?
The original, because again, I always fucking I fucking make excuses. The reason that they changed it was because like the person who ended up dying was the young Anakin. Because remember, Obi-Wan claims that Anakin is the one that ends up dying.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean.
Oh,
and then it became Darth Vader. So there were two entities of the same person supposedly.
I get it.
And so that's why now you see the younger Anakin that was still good.
Didn't they have the older guy at one point? Right, they did.
They did in the original.
Yeah, okay, that's what I figured.
And it's all and then they smiled. Honestly, I like that they added him. I really do.
Yeah, it's just funny. Like it just he just looks.
And then he smiled. I like it, dude. I don't know what it is.
They should have added Ian McGregor at that point.
They would have fucking got sued because of the old man or whatever.
I know.
Then it would have been fucking sweet, honestly.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
We'll just add it.
Anyway, and then the movie ends with the gang all together and happy, and that concludes our Star Wars. But we will return.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking sweet, huh?
Damn, dude, it's kind of sad that we finished it off, but this is how we started and this is how we ended it. It's not like we're not going to go back to the newer Star Wars or the other ones, but it's like we're going to take a pretty big hiatus, as you say.
Yeah, I love Star Wars, don't get me wrong, but it's time to go into some new ones. But you recommend, you rate this movie? What do you think?
Out of 10 Ewoks?
Out of 10 Ewoks. Out of 10 Waka Waka.
God damn. Out of 10 yippies,
oh my God.
I give it honestly, I fucking like this movie a lot, dude.
I
give
actually
it a
really
10.
enjoyed it too.
It was like, it was a great
there.
conclusion to what it would have, I just like I said, remember when I would watch it, I told you about Empire and I gave it like an 8-9 or whatever. Like this one, I don't know what it was, but I just enjoyed it like as I was watching it. And I've seen it many times, you know what I mean?
I think we should do away with the numbers. Let's say we like it, we recommend it.
I like that too, yeah. I'm not a big numbers guy. I don't know mathematics too well.
But dude, what?
No. So next time we'll discuss this, but I want to do like a skip it, good, love it. You know, kind of like
Cold Stone or what? I'll take a skip it, please.
No, but you know what I mean. Like we'll figure out better wordings for that.
We will.
But honestly, I love this movie. Like it's
near
and dear to my heart. Like
it was great.
It's
it
like
was
New
cute.
Hope.
Like you said, we said in the beginning, a lot more,
very more whimsical,
lighthearted. Yeah, a little more funny. We need a salacious crumb spinoff. Just see where he came from and what's going on with that guy. But
I wanted to ask you a question. Are we gonna do the Star Wars holiday special that they had? No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, that'd be hard because mostly it's the Wookiee stuff.
Yeah,
but we can't. So
Ewoks.
Next week we shall be doing another movie, which is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the new one, like we mentioned. I'm sorry, the old one, like we mentioned in the beginning. Once again, we changed Twitter name. It is Quotables Cast instead of Quotables _ It was just a little harder to say.
Yeah, definitely.
So Quotables Cast, and then we have our Instagrams. Obviously, I'm Lexman, and we got Ernie, Joey, Alverni. I don't know what the fuck. It's on our bio. However the hell that means.
It's Journey. And yours Lexman 92, no?
Now it makes sense.
Get it? Because you're
put it together.
What, you never did, really?
I never understand
my
it, to be
God.
honest with you.
No,
Like,
it's journey because you're taking a journey to Ernie. Am I right? You know what I'm saying?
He's right.
And when I made this Instagram, no, just kidding.
Fuck it, eh? So yes, I'm excited. We will be back to Star Wars. Like at the end of movies, and like the Quotable boys will be back.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was a fun one. I'm glad.
But what did you rate it? I didn't even ask you. I didn't ask you.
Pass it, skip it, or trip it. I was kidding. It was great, dude. This is a really good movie. I really loved it. And I'm glad we watched everything again, like how we did. I think this is one of it's up there for sure as far as Star Wars goes. But still, I still keep my same.
Of course.
So just say it again. Where do you rank everything? Let's hear it. Where do you rank 6 Star Wars movies? Rank them, spank them, go.
Okay, honestly. We love Star Wars.
Yep.
Obviously, and I love them all. Like I honestly rewatching them again, I've grown a bigger appreciation for all of them. It was such a big difference, rewatching them now as adults and like kind of grasping at everything that we know now thus far. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But like, dude, I love them. I would recommend anyone to watch them. And exactly the way we saw them is the way I would tell you to watch them.
Yeah, and they're slow. Obviously, it's gonna be hard to get into them. Like anything, like it that's how it is. I think, like you said, it's better to watch them like 1 through 6, even though it's kind of weird. It's like, but I mean, it kind of makes more. No, I guess it doesn't make sense. But I don't know why they placed it like that in the beginning anyway. But maybe they just never intended to make the prequel.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure that's how it was. But yeah, I would recommend these movies all the way. They're great. They're fun. Some of them we'll get into the new ones later. Maybe not to be the best, but who knows? Like you said, we'll rewatch them. Maybe we'll get a new kind of perspective from them and actually like them.
Yeah.
I know you enjoyed some of them, and I enjoyed a couple things about the new ones too, but we'll get to that when we get there.
Exactly.
So if you don't have anything for us,
no, that'll do it. Honestly, cue us out. Go ahead.
That'll do. All right. Well, thanks again for listening and joining us. We'll see you next time for another episode of Quotables. We'll see you later.
Thank you guys. Bye. Oh.